Bre used to get lit. She don't do it no more though. Cause after this one night, I was about to be like, yo, I'm done. But we're still here.
You love me like yeah. You love me like no. You love me like oh, oh, oh. You love me like yeah. You love me like no.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's
Dre
and Bre,
and you're watching
Worth
the
the
Wait.
Wait.
So, we all know that in relationships sometimes, for those who consume alcoholic beverages, you know, sometimes the person that you're with gets a little lit.
Yes.
It happens. So we had a night. Let's say prior to this that Bre, I'm going to tell you, you talk about your drinking experience over.
I was not prepared for this. Is this thing on? Well, started in 1992 when I was born. No, I'm just kidding. So when I had my first business, I was going through a lot. And long story short, I would drink to like knock my stress down a little bit. Like I would be so stressed and there would just be a lot of things happening that like drinking was a way for me to like not think about those things. So I drank a lot, unfortunately. And when me and Dre first met, I was in a transitioning phase where I wasn't drinking a lot or as often, but when I would get in certain spaces and, you know, those habits would just kind of happen and I wouldn't mean to get drunk, but now we have a story like this one to tell, so.
Yes. I would say first, like, I don't think, after surveying multiple men that are in relationships, I don't think any man enjoys when his significant other or his woman, girlfriend, wife, fiance gets drunk, because
we're extra.
You get it's a lot that comes with that, especially if you're sober or if you gotta go pick them up or something like that, and it's just like it's a lot.
Yeah.
And Bre had this same like pattern of like she would drink, then she would get like really happy and really enjoying herself. But then at some point she cries, and then at some point an argument happens because it doesn't matter what it is. It could be something like, oh, can you pick up the keys? Like, why do I have to pick up the keys? It just goes into something that it's just not. So
same pattern.
We had a lot of issues, and I voiced my opinion about, you know, sometimes, you know, how intense it would be. And Bre will always be like, no, you're trying to ruin my fun. Like, you just don't want me to have fun, and I'm not doing nothing. Or the famous, the next day, I don't remember doing that.
I wouldn't.
That doesn't sound like me. But this particular night, it was a random weekday. Let's say weekday. It was
early weekday, like a Tuesday.
It was like a Tuesday. And two of our friends were having a, like, get-together at a place in D.C. called Amsterdam, and on 14th or on U Street, and Bre went early. No, you rode with them. She rode with them up there, I think. No, you were with your friends.
I was with Antonio.
Yeah. So she was with her friends first, and she went there earlier. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go there. I'll meet you there, and I'll come pick you up, and then we can ride home together because they're both of our friends. So in that time of when she left and when I arrived, if you let Bre tell it, she had a drink.
No, I did not say.
That night, you was like, I only had like one drink.
So look, I didn't eat.
A shot and hookah, and
I didn't eat all day. Yes, that is what I had. I didn't eat all day. I had a mixed drink. I had a shot or two, and I smoked hookah.
That's one thing. Let's pause here.
Oh, I had a beer too.
When Bre gets lit, she always forgets how much she drinks. And like, I was happy one time we were in Florida and we were with her mom, and I could tell she was crying or something. I think her brother did something.
My
but
mom?
You were crying, yeah.
Oh, God.
And basically, I remember sitting there, and she was like, I only had like 2 or 3 like Trulies. And I was like, no, you didn't. And your mom was like, no, you didn't. You had that. You had like 3 Modelos. You had like this and that. And you was like, what? Like, oh, I didn't remember that. And I was like, finally, somebody's here to show that like she forgets how much she drinks when she gets lit. It doesn't happen anymore, by the way. Let's say that right now.
This was
that was early in our relationship. But anyways, that night, like I said, Bree said she had a beer, a mixed drink, and hookah, and a shot maybe. I get there. No, she's texting me, and I know it's getting intense because she's like, I want to leave, like blah 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 blah. It's getting on my nerves, and I should like turn up real. Like she was just talking like she was like ready to get into some stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm getting here. I'm sober. I haven't drunk anything yet. And basically, I get in there. She sees me, and she's like, you know, hug, stuff like that. And we only stayed there for like another 10 minutes after I got there. She was like, I'm ready to leave. And I was like, okay. So we walk out, and we're just having a conversation, how it normally goes. And somehow, some way, it ended. I don't want to get into the details of her yelling at me in the middle of DC.
I don't even know what about.
In the street. I think it was about like, I don't know. And then the worst part is that Antonio came out with us and he was lit too. And he was like, yo, 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 yo. And he was trying to like mediate, but he was drunk too. So it was like he kept saying the same thing like over and over again. And imagine in this thing, I'm like the one sober person. And I'm like,
all I remember is like we were like close to the street and like Dre was trying to get me to cross the street like to go to the car, but like basically what happened was after all that, at that point I was fed up and I was like, yo, let's just go home. And Bree stumbled her way to the car. And we get in the car ride is silent back home, and she's like, I gotta pee. And at this point I'm like, yo, you about to hold this till we get home. We're not far from home. And then she's like, I gotta pee. So we stopped at a Holiday Inn in Arlington. I won't forget it. Pull up. I'm gonna let you hit the rest. Well, okay. So first, I feel like I had to throw up, and Dre had. Or wait, did I throw up after?
No, it's when we got to. You threw up on the way actually.
Okay.
So it was a plastic bag.
I had a plastic bag, but the plastic bag had a hole in the bottom of it, so I was basically just throwing up on myself and the car. So I was throwing up, and then didn't realize it was like getting on me. So then I like sit the bag on me, and then it just continues, like, you know. Then I put it like down by my feet, so then, you know.
Throw up all in my car.
Didn't realize it was on me until, you know, we get out to go to the bathroom. Dre takes me to the women's room, like, you know, I go in, and all I remember is the next day he showed me pictures and told me.
So being in front of Holiday Inn, as we know, throw up all over my car. And Bree like stumbles out the door, and I go to the front desk, and I'm like, you know, like, dude, do you got a bathroom? And he kind of saw Bree, and he was like, I get it. I seen me and him were like on the same page, and he was like, bathroom back there. So luckily it was nobody really in the lobby, nobody around. So I let her go into the bathroom, and I go into the bathroom. I use the bathroom, and I'm sitting waiting in the car. I grab like paper towels.
You were waiting in the car?
Yeah. I was wiping down the
I could have died in there.
I was wiping down the seats and everything in my car, and I was like, she's gonna come out. At that point, I didn't think that she was so drunk that because she was having, even though she was yelling at me, she was having like coherent conversation with me. So I didn't think she was so lit to the point to where she couldn't like move. So after a while, I'm like, yo, like, where is she at, man? Like, what is going on? And some told me, like, just go in the women's bathroom and see where she's at.
This is so embarrassing, y'all. No judgment, please.
This is the worst. And it ain't no judgment, because I know a lot of girls said they've been here before. But it was the worst situation. Like, I walked in the bathroom. Nobody's in there, thank God. The stall's open. Bree is laying on the floor, pants down in one of the big, like, handicap stalls. And basically it's like sleep. And I'm like... I snap. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like what? I took pictures because I'm like, she's not going to remember this. She's going to be like, I did not do that. I know I wasn't. So I took pictures and everything. And I was like, yo, what are you doing? And I was so mad. So I helped her get herself together. Then found out at that moment she didn't make it in time. So there's like pee on her pants. She peed on her pants. And I was just like...
This is so bad.
Yo, so then we get home, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to go take a walk. And something told me to just come back because she turned on the shower when I left. And I was like, this girl could have like fell in the shower. She's like so lit. I go back in the house like probably after like 15 minutes just to make sure she's okay. She's laying in the bathroom naked, just like curled up in a ball, like in the middle of the bathroom floor. Again, I took my phone, pictures. And literally that night, like I sent her a message and I was like, yo, I can't do this no more. Like there's no way, like this is what I'm talking about. Like I cannot deal in this relationship if this is gonna be how you drink and blah, 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 blah. And basically Bre woke up to the next morning and she felt like so.
Well, no, the thing that confused me was I had just straightened my hair that day. So it was like long, flowy, and felt good. And I woke up and my hair was curly. And I was like, didn't I straighten my hair yesterday? So I was like, Dre, why is my hair curly? And because obviously he ended up waking me up and I like actually got in the tub because like I had throw up on me and everything. And I remember you telling me I fell asleep in the shower. Like I was laid like as if I was taking a bath, but the shower was running. And I was like so mad. And so I knew when I woke up my hair was curly, I knew that the message I saw on my phone, because I didn't click on the message, I just saw a text from him. I knew he was about to tell me that basically I got lit. And I did not recall anything after like leaving the hookah lounge.
That's why I took pictures, because when I asked her initially, she was like, I don't remember doing. And then when I showed her the picture, she was like, I am so sorry. Like I am like, it was and bad.
I started a piece, like I do remember going to like the Holiday Inn saying I had to pee, but like I don't recall actually being in the bathroom or any of that. I don't recall the actual drive home. I don't recall being in the bathroom, taking a shower, like, and that's scary. Like that's not okay.
It was really bad.
Obviously I drank more than I said I did because there's no way. Or someone drugged me or something, because that was not okay.
But the good thing about it is that, like, when people are going through things like that and have, like, drinking was a thing that helped her take her mind off of things at times. And when she used to get more frustrated, she would just drink more. But I feel like in life, certain situations like that have to happen, because without like shock to the system or something to like wake you up, you'll just kind of be going along in the same direction. So I'm actually really glad that it happened, because it really changed the trajectory of our relationship, especially when it came to drinking for Bre.
I haven't had a drunk day since.
Like nothing.
Like a moment, anything close.
Nothing even close to that. She enjoys herself. She watches what she drinks, and not only because of the embarrassing moment, because she felt like bad, like physically that next day she didn't feel good either.
And don't even want to deal with that. Like when I read his text message, I was like, sis, first, how did you let this happen? But then secondly, it can never happen again, because if he was doing, I would not stick around for that either. It's like, no, get it together. And I have way too much to lose. Like, It's not like I'm a college student just out here kicking it. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, but that was a while ago, and things have been amazing since, but it really changed our relationship and changed a lot of things for the better. So always think, situations like that may happen in your relationship, but use that as a learning experience. Hold the person that you're with accountable, but don't like hold it over their head as far as like, demonizing them or just saying that that's their character. Use that moment to hold them accountable and move forward to better things. And that's what happened for us. So
for sure. And the way that Dre handled it was helpful too, because he wasn't angry at me. Like when I woke up the next day, he wasn't like giving me an evil look or like frustrated. He was just like concerned and was like, I want to show you this. This is what happened. Read the message I sent you. Like, that's really how I feel. And like, let's figure out what we gonna do moving forward. So, yeah.
And nothing since. Long time ago though.
Woo!
But that's our story. Thank you for watching this video.
Yes.
Make sure you follow us at It's Dre Smith.
At Brianna Pante.
And at Worth the Wait.
No judgment, y'all.
No judgment.